crazy ass thing happened. Hello?
Put your head on my shoulder.
Okay, hi guys, welcome back to another video. I'm going to be doing a whole story time. And this story time is about the time I almost died, y'all. Let me tell y'all.
I'm honestly so dumb. Like, this was not on January 1st. This was February 1st, okay?
So the night was like coming to an end, right? So it became like whole night and shit. And then like there was hella parties that day, and I was just like, okay, you know, like I'm gonna just say fuck it and sneak out, you know? And then so I did. Someone came to pick us up. Brian, we're gonna call him. Okay, so Brian came to pick us up, and then my sister also went with me because like she was just like, I'm not gonna leave you alone. And also Brian is like her boyfriend. Okay, we were gonna go pick up my friend S because I was just like, come on, let's go, and she was just like, okay, yeah, you know, like I mean, let's go, like we haven't partied in a while. So we were on the way there. The first party, it was all the way in Shakopee, and like we drove all the way over there. Out there we sparked up and shit, you know, but like that happened. And then out of nowhere, just like the cops pull up to the fucking party. Like, you know, like this shit got busted and everything. And like the car smelled like fucking weed. We were just there like, you know, like fuck. Like we just smoked. The car probably smells like straight loud, you know, and there's hella cops around us. And then, you know, we just like got paranoid as fuck.
Okay, so here's the video of like all the cops that were around us. Like, there was so many cops there.
Brian's friends also came along with, like, but they came in their own separate car, you know. And then 12 started calling B's friends like out of the car, like they just started talking to them, and like they were talking about like if they could leave and everything. And then they gave them like a clear sign of like how they could leave and shit. But then they came up to like our fucking window, and like we were just like, oh shit, like fuck. And then Brian decides to like start talking to the fucking officer, and like he's like trying to get his way out of it, and like, you know, but like luckily we got out of there like safe and sound and shit. Like I'm so surprised like that the officer didn't even smell like the fucking weed. Like the smell was so strong. We had smoked hella. And then okay, so after that, like we were on the way home because like we couldn't find any more moves. But then I forgot that my friend had a party that day. We were on the way back to my house, and his friend also came along. Like Brian got out of the car to go say like goodbye to his friends and shit like that. And then, you know, like me, like in my head, because he didn't want to take me to my friend's party, me in my head was just like, you know, I'm gonna just say fucking like take the fucking car and just dip and go. And then, you know, so I did. My crazy ass just grabbed the fucking car, left out that bitch, and went to my friend's crib. And like she didn't even live that fucking far. It was, yeah, no. And I got there and shit, and then friend started chasing me with the car. And then we got there. We got inside of her house where she lived in an apartment and in the lowest floor. So we were walking there. We finally got inside. Her mom was still in there, like with her friend, I think. Like they were about to leave and go somewhere like to the fucking club. And I was just like, yeah, you know, like we finna be chilling. Like they left, and then we started sparking up in my friend's room. So she had already taken off like all the fire alarm security thingy majiggies. And then we were just like, you know, like fuck it, let's just smoke in your room, because, you know, she would always be sparking up in her room. We started sparking up. We're just gonna call her A. She brought some guys like to the party and shit, like, and you know, she asked the owner of the apartment if she could bring them over and shit. And then she was just like, yeah, you know, like they chill and like shit like that. And then, you know, they came and everything, and I think they were just like sitting down at the table. I was just like, what the fuck, like what are they doing? They were like there for like only like 10 minutes or so. Not even, I don't even know, it was like 10 minutes or 15. Yeah, they were there, and then they were just like, okay, you know, like I gotta go and shit. Hey girl walked them out and shit. Yo, look at the pretty ass clouds. Like they left and shit. But like after like 15 minutes later, we started hearing like a fire alarm, you know, going off and on. And then we were just like, what the fuck? Like we literally took all the fire alarms off and shit, like, you know, like that it was inside of the apartment, but it wasn't. We opened the fucking door like of the apartment. There was hella fucking smoke. There was like hella smoke. There wasn't even, I was just like, what the fuck is going on? Like I I was high as fuck. I was like so fucking confused. I was just like, what the fuck is going on? We were just like, we gotta go. I grabbed all my shit. Some of my friends were like in dresses and heels and shit. Like, it was cold as fuck too. It was so fucking cold that day. Oh my gosh, let me tell y'all, it was so fucking cold, y'all. When you were like trying to run out of that building, it was so fucking hard to breathe. I felt like I was about to die. Like, I almost fucking died right there. I was just like, fuck, like, I can't do it. It was so hard to breathe. We were literally on the basement floor. We were just like, and you couldn't even see anything. Like, it was all fucking white. It was all foggy and shit. Like, I was just like, what the fuck? Is this even like real and shit? But then it was so hard to go up the fucking stairs and like peep our way through. And like, we finally got out. We were coughing and shit, and we were just like, what the fuck just happened and shit. Oh my gosh. Okay, and then after that, we got out, and then my friend started calling like 911 and shit, because we were like, what the fuck? Like, there's people in there, there's children in there. We can't just let them be in there just like that. So we just like started calling for help and shit. Yeah, there was this old lady on her balcony just like screaming for help. It scared the fuck out of me. I was just like, holy fucking shit, like, what the fuck is going on? Like, this is actually reality today, like right now. I was just like, fuck, like, I have to think. She wanted to jump off her balcony. I was just like, no, stay there, like, the help will be on the way, you know. Like, she even brought like a whole fucking blanket out, and like she tried to like, she wanted to jump off or some shit like that, and then she like didn't even know what was going on. She was like really confused, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like, I feel so bad for her, like, because, you know, she was just like scared and shit. I finally told her like what was going on, how there was like a fire and shit, how like the halls were like so smoky, like with white fucking smoke and shit. And then she was just like, oh my gosh, like, how did it happen? How did this and that, da 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 da. And then, but we were just like, what the fuck? Like, the egg girl literally just walked out, her friends. Like, just like, what the fuck? Like, what if it was them? Because supposedly one of my friends overheard how they were gonna go take an adventure or some shit like that. And I was just like, what the fuck? If it was them, like, y'all are some bitches. Like, how the fuck could you put a whole fucking family at risk? Firefighters came and shit. And then, like, there was especially old people living there. It was so fucking sad. Like, they were all so confused and like so cold. And like, the most thing that I was worried about, if there was like people inside, because obviously I literally wanted to go in there and go help them get them out. I was just like, I was to my friend, come on, let's go help them get out. Let's do this and that, like, da da da. Because like, I didn't want like no one to die, you know. Like, in that moment, like, I was just like, you know, like, I need to stop because I still have to think about myself. I also like, I'm always putting others in front of me. Like, I don't think about myself. Like, I don't know why, but I'm always just putting others in front of me, and I think that's like really bad for me to be doing, because I have to put myself in front of others, and like, me is my priority. Like, I should worry about myself. That happened, and then, you know, like, we were all just like so fucking confused still, like, what happened and shit. But then, like, the firefighters came. Oh my gosh, I had to call my fucking sister, because I was like, what the fuck? I had to call her because I had snuck out. My mom had no idea I did this. She thought I was like peacefully sleeping in my bed, and I was just like, like, I'm over here with the fucking cops, with the firefighters, and and like a fire over here. And I was just like, fuck, like, you know, like, all the firefighters got there, and then the police got there, ambulances too, like, because, you know, they wanted to make sure that everyone was okay. And yeah, they got there. They got in there, and then they like went to go help a lady that was on her balcony out, and they got her out and shit. And then they finally like went in to like see what it was, but they didn't find no fire like in there. Y'all are gonna like be like, what the fuck? They didn't find no fire in there. Like, there was no fire that had started. There was nothing that like had happened with fire. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like, what? Like, I was just so fucking confused. I was just like, what the fuck? Like, how can this even be happening? And then came out, they were just like, it was all like, you guys know like the thing to like set out a fire extinguisher. Yeah, that's what it's called, a fire extinguisher. Someone had taken that off, broken it off like completely, and just like sprayed that shit, like all of it, like. And there was there was some outside too, and I was just like, what? Like, who the fuck would even do this? And like then we were thinking, like, you know, like that the A girl brought some guys, and it was probably them who did it, because no one else would be doing that. And they also said that they were gonna go on an adventure. You know, we started like messaging the A girl, this and this and that. We started messaging her, and like she was just like no, what the fuck, like it wasn't them, but I'll ask them. And then but like when one of my friends asked the guys if it was them, they were just like, huh, like I left already, this and this and that. Like I was just like, what the fuck, it was probably them. And then like he was just like acting so fucking weird about it, and I don't know, but it was so fucking cold, like that we literally went in a whole like firefighter like car. I don't know what the fuck it's called, but I'll try to like get a video of it and like put it in
The fire extinguisher. Yeah, I don't know if I believe.
And also I'm gonna try to find a video of the whole floor like with the fire extinguisher shit. But yeah, no guys, like it was crazy. Like after that, like yo, what the fuck,
Look at the floor.
my friend had called her mom like about what happened and everything, and then she was just like, oh my gosh, like is everything okay, like, you know. And like let me just, you know, and like my friends were just like so shocked about what happened. We like wanted to figure out who it was, because obviously it was like one of the guys and shit. Like else would do that? Like what old person would go out there and just take the fire extinguisher out and just spray it? Just like, what? You don't just do that just for fun. That's not taking a fucking adventure. That's putting people at fucking risk. Yeah. And then please give it a thumbs up, you know, like turn on post notification shout out, subscribe please, and comment down below, like mwah.